Cramer's rule for 3x3s. Okay, just like we have been doing for like how long now? You had to have them all lined up, right? Yes? Thanks, John. X's over X's, Y's over Y's, Z's over Z's, equals over equals, number over number. You get me? Now, after that, step 2. You're going to take only the coefficients, just like we did before. No variables, only coefficients. Step 3, you're going to recopy columns 1 and 2. Step 4, multiply on the diagonal, starting at the top left-hand corner, going down to the right. And then step 5, subtract the opposite diagonal, starting from the bottom left-hand corner to the top right. We ready? Okay, now, I give you this right here. How would you calculate D on that? Just D. What would the determinant D be? 2, 4, 3, negative 5. And how would you calculate that? So negative 10 minus 4 times 3 is 12, right? To get the negative 22. Yes? Well, now I give you something that looks like this. What would that determinant be? Two, 1, negative 5. Okay, great. Now, if you were to calculate this, how would you do it? Okay, so you'd start here and you'd take 2 times 3 times negative 1 to give you negative 6. Then what would you do? Do it from the left-hand corner? Okay, 5 times 3 times negative 1 gives me minus a 15. What do you notice? That's okay. On this part, that's okay. What do you notice? I am missing 1, 4, negative 6, and 1. They're not being used, are they? Would that be correct whenever you're doing a 3x3 to just pretty much exclude some of the variables and their coefficients? So what you're telling me is the old way of doing these, where we did each one diagonal, we can't do it like that anymore. Does that make sense? Okay. Which is why in our notes right here it says to recopy columns 1 and 2. Do you see that? By recopying columns 1 and 2, 2, 1, negative 5, 1, 3, negative 6. What's the first diagonal you see? 2, 3, negative 1. Do you see another diagonal going down? 1, 4, negative 5. Do you see another one? So there's our first diagonal. There's 3 forward diagonals, right? Or I should say backslash diagonals, right? Now the opposite direction would be where? 5, 3, negative 1. Okay, those are all my diagonals. Have I used all my numbers? Have I though? This 1 is actually hanging out right here, isn't it? That 1 is actually right here. What about this 3? It's that 3 right there. So I've used it, haven't I? I've used every number twice. Uh-huh. This 2, I use there, and I use there. But it's repeated in there. It's already here. it was used in both. See, it's highlighted 2 times. Does that make sense? So every number has been used forward and backwards. Does that make sense? Yes or no? So the 1 and the 3 that are on the very outside in the middle, yes, they're being left out, but they're being left out because they have to be left out because they've already been used twice. Does that make sense? So do we all understand why you have to recopy columns 1 and 2 again? Does that make sense? We good? Door. Okay, so now let's actually do a real problem. Anybody else cold? Here's what you're going to know about determinants, Cramer's rules. Cramer's rule is very, 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 very helpful. A nice, easy method because it's a method that is used with just addition, subtraction, and multiplication. You're pretty much on autopilot. What do I mean whenever I say you're on autopilot? Okay, when you're on autopilot, what does that mean? You're pretty much doing it by itself. You don't have to think whenever you do Cramer's rule because it's the same procedure over and over and over and over and over again. There's no, okay, now let's look at the variables and figure out which one is easier to eliminate, and let's look for a coefficient of 1 because looking for a coefficient of 1 is easiest when doing substitution. You get me? No thoughts. It's simple. You just do it. The next thing you're going to find out is that zeros are our friends. Missing variables, very helpful. What do I mean by that? Because if you're multiplying on the diagonals, what's 0 times anything? Very nice number, isn't it? When you add 0 to a number, what happens? It doesn't change it, does it? So simple for addition and subtraction, right? Okay. Now, first thing you got to do is make sure that everything's lined up. Is everything lined up? X's, Y's, Z's, equal sign, number. Okay. The next thing is replace any missing variables with zeros. Am I missing a variable? I am missing that in the bottom one, so that's going to become 0x. You want to put that in because a lot of times if you don't, you guys will forget that there's a number there, okay? Now, I need to do D. Anybody want to give me my determinant for D? 3, 4, 0, 2, 1, negative 3. Excellent. Now, what's the next thing that we have to do? You got to recopy columns 1 and 2. Why do we have to do that again? So that you use every number twice, right? Now, next thing. If you miss one negative, the whole thing's screwed up. So it's very important that you watch your negative signs and that you keep everything lined up nicely, okay? Here we go. How do I calculate? What do I do? This is where you guys should probably get some colored pencils or a highlighter. It'll be easiest. If you don't have colored pencils or highlighter, then lightly draw through it, okay? 3, 1, 1, what's that give you? 3, and then add to it the next one. 2, negative 2, 0. 0. Liking it already? Negative 1, 4, negative 3. Positive 12. Okay, did I get them all forwards? Or I should say down. Yes? Now what? When you go the opposite direction, what operation are you doing? Subtraction. So now I'm going to subtract off the other one. 0, 1, negative 3, or negative 1. 0, 1, negative 1. 0 times 1 times negative 1 is 0. Minus the next one, negative 3, 2, 3. $18, subtracting off the next one, 1, 4, 2. Gives you 8. Now this is where you're going to grab your level little calculator and you're going to work from left to right. 3 plus 12 is 15. Minus 18 gives you a negative 3. Minus 8 gives you a negative 11. And yes, I entered that all. I did that all in my head before you even put it in the calculator. Huh. Gee. So Mrs. Yoder, what are you telling us? Is it sometimes easier to do the calculations in our head rather than taking the time to grab the calculator and have to punch it in and waste my time? Anyone want to answer that? Yes, Mrs. Yoder. It is sometimes easier. Just wanted to point that out. Okay. Now, we did D. Now, what do you think I need to do? dx. Same problem. I need a new page. You guys are okay? Now, when you do dx, first thing I need to put in there is what? I need to put my 0x in there, okay? And whenever I'm doing dx, I replace my 340 with the 589. Do I flip-flop columns? What's a column? Up and down, okay? So what's my determinant here? 5, 8, 9, 2, 1, negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, 1. Now what? Excellent. Good. Everybody with me? Everyone with me, back row, we good? Famous Ramus, we good? We good in the back? Yay, nay? Okay, here we go. How do I calculate? 511 gives me 2, negative 2, 9. And negative 1, 8, negative 3. Ooh. Now what operation do we do? Subtract. Good. Now I'm subtracting off 1, 9, 1, negative 9. Subtracting off the next one. Negative 3, negative 2, 5. Subtracting off 1, 8, 2. Okay. Now from left to right. Negative 31 plus 24 plus 9 minus 30 minus 16. Negative 31 plus 24 gives you what? Negative 7. 2 minus 30. And negative 16 gives you negative 44. You have the calculator and it's calculational work. I'm going too fast on adding and subtracting? I'm going too fast for adding and subtracting? That's adding and subtracting! Now, do I expect you to have to show me all of this part right here? Nope, you don't have to. You have a calculator. I'm not going to force you to. I'm showing that because obviously I can do it faster doing that than what you guys can enter it in your calculator. True? Yes, you can. But I still can do it faster than what you guys can enter it in. Okay, are we ready? We did dx. Now what do I do? dy. So we have put the 0x in. Now I have to do dy. Now what do I do? Wait a minute. What do I do? I put my 0x in. I'm doing dy. C in for your y. Thank you very much, Tessa. That's exactly what I was trying to get from you people. Okay? So my determinant's going to be what? Positive 1. You just messed that up and you would have got that part wrong. Watch your negatives. Now what do I do? How's that autopilot coming for y'all? Is that what it pretty much is? Is it hard or not? Alphabetical order, always. This is the X column, the Y column, the Z column. Always. What changes is when you're doing dy, you toss out the y's and you put the c's in them. If you're doing dx, you toss out the x, you put the c's in it. For that specific column, you do not move columns. Okay, are we ready? 381 plus 0 plus negative 36. Now what? Minus 0 minus negative 54 minus 145 gives you 20. Do we all see that? Yes or no? Doesn't matter the order that you multiply in, Josh. If you're here, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, and negative 6 times 9 is negative 54. Doesn't matter the order you multiply the numbers in as long as you multiply them correctly. Okay? This gives you negative 12 plus 54 minus 20. What'd you say? Okay. No, you just entered it in while I was talking to him. Nice try, though. What's that? That's funny. Okay, are we good? Now, we did d, dx, and dy. What do I have to do next? dz. What is dz? Does it change? Nope. I have to add in what first? My 0x. And now in place of my z's, what do I put? 589. What is that? Okay, never mind. Now, DZ, 340. Okay. How many of you feel like you're getting it? How many of you are annoyed with it? Would you like me to go back to substitution and elimination? Yes? Why is it irritating? I'm so distraught. I thought for sure you all would like this. It's long, I give you that, but oh wow. 319 plus 280 0. Good. Minus 015 0. Minus Good. We got it? Yes? What can I do with those 72s at the end? Those are gone, right? So 27 minus 60 gives me what? Negative 33. Y'all took way too long trying to punch that in. Okay, I found d, dx, dy, dz. Now, I need my POI. How do I find my POI? X is dx over d. What is dx? Look at your paper. And what is d? Negative 11 to give you 4 as x. dy. Y is dy over d. What's dy? Over d, which is negative 11, to give you negative 2 as your y. And z is dz over d. What's dz? Over negative 11, which gives you 3 as your z. So now, what's my POI? 4, negative 2, 3. So what's the final analysis of this? What do you guys think?
I like it.
How many people like it? You like it because it's the same thing all the time. And see, check it out. You got to stay organized and neat. If you don't keep it nice and neat and organized, then you have issues. Okay? You've got to keep it nice and neat, and you've got to label. You did a very good job of organizing. Even circling. Very impressive with even the circling, so that you didn't have to cross out. All right, tonight's homework. No, it's a worksheet. Huh? And you have plenty of time to do it. Wasn't that nice of me? Don't want to lose a day. Nope. Yes. Now, check out the first 4. Why? Why do you only have to do D on the first 4? There's no equations to know what the C's are. You don't know if you're doing D, dx, dy, or dz there, do you? You just know you have to repeat columns 1 and 2 and then do the calculations. So for problems 1 through 4, you just have one determinant to do. Problems 5 through 10, though, D, dx, dy, dz, and the point of intersection. Yeah. Yes, you still have to put columns 1 and 2 there every time. Any questions over this? Do we got it? Feeling the love? That's good. All right, people, get busy. The rest of the period is yours to work.